Welcome back to The Truth with Trinity, and I am your host, Trinity. And if this is your first time tuning into the podcast, I'd like to send you a warm welcome. Here I talk about issues that happen within the Black community, hopefully for some resolution or at least some food for thought to go about your daily way. So, without further ado, I'd like to talk about this episode's topic, which is the Black woman's anger, the diminished self esteem of a queen. So I want to first off say that so many outsiders have used the Black girl and woman as a scapegoat to place all their emotions, depression, and outrage solely on Black girls and women, as if only Black women and Black girls get nasty attitudes, get snappy or snippy sometimes, as if you don't see white women or Latina women or Asian women display any of these attitudes, and it's only placed on Black women, especially in the media, even with our own Black men, as if to say non Black women have never been caught in an ill tempered moment or are never depressed from trauma. It is often swept underneath the rug when it comes to them. And basically, only Black women are highlighted or seen as having these issues. But nevertheless, let's discuss the anger and depression and how this affects the Black woman's self esteem and where it all stems from. So, from an early age, the majority of young Black little girls find their homes absent of a father. We often discuss on how this affects male children, so little boy children, but not so much the Black female child. So, from an early age, the young female child realizes that not only was her mother not worth her father staying, but neither was she as his daughter. Okay? Which in a lot of females subconsciously creates a feeling of worthlessness by the first man in her life being her father to walk away from the home. So basically, as a young Black woman, as a young girl, she learns the lack of commitment in a man first from her father, who couldn't even make the commitment to stay in the house to see her grow up. Then next comes in mother's boyfriend, who may find her a little too pretty, too many compliments that lead to rape and molestation that may or may not be followed by gifts, along with a mother who may be in denial, or she just didn't care because, after all, it happened to her too when she was little. And trying to tell an agency or an official is an absolute no no. Because if you are not a white woman or a white little girl, they could care less. Because after all, in their eyes, there is no such thing as a Black woman or girl being raped. And as statistics show, women are more aggressive, depressed, and angry, even more so if the issues go untreated. So some may say, well, tell a psychiatrist. Go to a psychiatrist, right? What psychiatrist? When most psychiatrists are either males and look at you as if you are a liar, or a white woman who, although is trained to deal with trauma, but just could care less about your trauma and are quick to try to have you admitted into a psych unit or heavily medicated. Now, she doesn't do this with the white little girls or white women. She tries to seek therapeutic methods mentally. Okay. But with a Black woman, they don't care less because our story is not their story. Okay. So they get attitudes, and you're wondering if you're telling the wrong person certain things. So Black women have had to learn to be silent. But surely your male family members care, right? Maybe not, though, especially when they may be guilty culprits of the rape and molestation. Okay, so the young Black female learns early that she must learn how to fight instead of curtsy with a dress on, that she must learn how to speak loud to intimidate for protection for herself instead of the qualities that make a woman a lady. While little white girls are being shown class and etiquette to land the best man, black girls are taught that there is no such thing as an eligible man to even practice such things for her. And when she turns on the television or opens a storybook to escape from reality, the young black female child is quickly reminded of who is considered dark and ugly and who is light, fair, and innocent. And when the young black female looks for role models, she mainly finds strippers, over sexualized, and underpaid black women who are far from resembling the princess that she views as portrayed by white women on television and in storybooks. Yet, when this young black woman grows up, she later finds out that the same black men that make fun of her broad nose, full lips, and kinky curls will then clown her for putting on a wig and tone down her complexion to look more like the women that the black man often passes her up for. Okay, so basically, a lot of talk is going on about the black woman always, putting on skin bleach and cream and wigs and straight hair when the black woman is only trying to please the black man. Because although the black man is highly in denial, and there is a small percentage of black men that actually do prefer black women, most black men, if you catch them unguarded, if you do a survey, they find a non-white, straight-haired, loose-curled mulatto or non-black black woman preferred. Okay, so the black woman tries to emulate this because she is clowned for being in the black man's image naturally. So she tries to look more like what he loves, and then she gets clowned for that too. Let's continue. And although the black man made the black woman promise to understand his oppression in America. So the black man made the black woman promise, hey, to understand what I'm going through as a black man, right? For example, his lower working wages compared to that of a white man, his mental stress and anger that has been thrown at the black woman, through it all to still love him. Okay, so even the black man said, hey, even though I lash out at you, I may leave you with the kids, I may not be able to stay committed to you, I might abuse you a little bit, I need you to understand my issues as a black man in this country, and that I need you to still love me. And although it would cost her her mental sanity, so for all the black men that are complaining about the black woman's mental state, it's come from the years of dealing with the black man's mental state and having to be the brunt of it and to be strong through it all. Yet she did, though. But the black woman asked the black man not to put or place non-black women over her or to pick the non-black woman. And that's the only thing that the black woman has asked the black man, is not to put non-black women over her. Okay? So that's the only promise that the black woman asked the black man, though. The black man expected the black woman to mother his children alone, and when operations failed, placed all fault on black women. And we find that a lot now. There's a lot of single mothers that are black women, by choice, and some of them not by choice. And the black man has found a safety a safety net in pushing all blame and responsibility for the failure rate of our children solely on the black woman, when any man of any race knows that the condition of his women and children is a reflection of that man. So for so many black women to be crazy and failing, that is a direct reflection of the black man. But the black man has very little manhood training and tells himself and lies to himself while the whole world laughs at him that none of this has anything to do with him. The condition of women or any of that or children have nothing to do with them. Why? Because the black woman's in the home raising the children by herself. So that gives him the false sense of being able to escape his responsibility for the condition of his environment that surrounds him. Let me continue. excuse me, the black woman lives in a damned if you do, a damned if you don't world. Okay, so this is more of why the black woman is angry, right? If she exhibits class, she is seen as sedity or bougie. Okay, I don't know how many dark or black sisters are out there. If you try to exhibit class, have you ever had a black man say to you, "You must think you a red bone. You must think that you light skin." I've heard that before. And it's like, well, hold on. So many black men are claiming that the darker black woman does not have class, but then when she exhibits class, some black men try to lower her self-esteem as if she's acting more than what she should. Let me continue. If she is chaste, she is seen as a stuck-up bee. So many black men are complaining that black women are easy, they're loose, they're easy to have sex. They have no regard over their sexuality. But then when they meet a black woman that does, she must be a player. She's holding out for another man. You know, she's stuck up. But other races of women aren't considered stuck up. They're considered to be a prize to be won for, especially the ones that are doing it and have no children. But black women are seen as stuck up. Let me continue. The black woman lives in a world where her own men call her bitch, broad, slut, and whore. Okay, so this is the world that the black woman lives in. Where every time a black man is confronted on his history of abusing, raping, or molesting the black woman, she is quickly referred to the history of how white men used to rape her. So basically, every time the black woman confronts the black man, okay, so this is not all black men, but the history of the condition, because so many black men are saying, why are black women bitter? Why are black women angry? And so some of these issues are coming up in interviews, certain debates, and black men are saying, oh no, they're referring it, black men are not taking responsibility. So it's not about them being the exact culprit of some of these criminal acts toward black women, but even black men who have witnessed or heard other black men disrespect black women are just saying, oh no, as a whole, oh no, this is something that only white men did, or the reason why the black man does it is because of what happened with the white man raping black women and slavery. That's just not a good enough excuse, especially in 2021, to keep blaming someone else for the condition on how you treat your own women. Okay, so let me continue. The black woman lives in a world where black men respect and find every other race of woman more prettier and more desirable than her. Yet he is never called a sellout, a swirler, or a bed wench. Okay, so when black men, express their displeasure, and the black woman, she's too fat, she's too this, she's too that, she's too unclassy, she's too loud. So he's really running the black woman through the mud, some of these brothers, and he's never called sellout, he's never called bitter, he's never called swirler or a bed wench. Okay, he's never called any of that. Okay, he's just a brother that's trying to find solace and comfort outside of the black monster, aka black woman. Okay, so let me continue. But then, after so many black men have vocalized and showed black women that her only function to a black man was sex, she chooses to attempt to find love by force outside the confines of black men, because let's face it, there's not too many black women that just they wake up in the morning and, hey, I'm going to date a non-black man. So this is by force after seeing so many black men, the mistreatment and the hatred, and the emotional abuse. Black men are quick to surely let her know, though, she is only being used for sex and that no one could ever love her. Okay, so even after a black woman has found, another race of man, to love or to love her or show her some type of form of affection, there's always a group of black men to let her know, oh no, he only wants you for sex. He's going to abuse you. He couldn't want you. And it's like, is that the man she's dating talking, or is this the black man talking about how he truly feels about black women? So is he really showing concern that non-black men might abuse a black woman and use her for sex? Or is this the mentality of our black men, how they feel about us, that we're only used for sex and that we're not good for anything else and that they couldn't possibly love us, okay? And number 7, and lastly, of course the world doesn't care, okay? Of course they don't care, but every time we talk or tell a black man, he is cold and distant. So this is our own race of men, okay? He says we are too emotional as women. You know, you'll always hear that from a lot of black men that we're too emotional. Yet they say we act like men, okay? But and they tell us to suck it up, and they tell us who cares, okay? Or that we're being drama queens, okay? But when the black woman shuts up, as he tells us to, and we suck it up, then we become like men. It's been a pleasure talking with you all. I'm hoping, that the black man can understand the black woman more, and we can get along better, basically, and to get an inner insight of the black woman. um, there is more. I have other episodes coming, and like I said, it's been a pleasure talking to you all. If you'd like to, contact me, or if you have any questions or suggestions, you can at thetruthwithtrinity.com. If you're listening on YouTube and you felt this message, you can hit the like button, you can share it. You can also subscribe. You can also listen to my podcast, like I said, on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. And always remember, if you can't tell the truth with anyone else, you can with Trinity. Till next time, take care.